Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I thought again this would be my third one of these in a row for you guys, and this might be it for the rest of the week on doing these on this channel, that I would continue kind of like my reloading chat, which I like to do on my firearm channel. Because this is something I do tons of. I do hours of reloading and making ammunition every week. And again, something that's time consuming for me, I enjoy doing, it's relaxing. And because of that, I'm able to just ramble. Feels to me like I'm just in a room full of friends chatting, having a conversation, so I don't really think about what I say. I don't need to script anything, and I don't need to edit anything. It just makes for raw footage with a green screen thrown in it. So I saw come through my Facebook feed an ad for Kai Greene's new Savage Roar. I'm supposing that's a pre-workout, and I want to talk about how that exemplifies everything that is wrong with the so-called fitness industry. Now, I understand that Kai actually seems to be a legitimately nice guy. I did bump into him at an expo before. Not that I plan on going to any of these expos again, I just don't believe in them. I don't like what they stand for. But he seems to be a legitimately nice guy, and that goes with the territory. Actually, Kai spent most of his time trying to come up to be a bodybuilder as a dancer. He worked as a stripper and did some G4P stuff. We know that. And in my experience, I have actually quite a few friends who dance still today, and people in that line of work tend to be very nice people for the most part, because that's what they do for a living. They actually, if they're good at it and they make money at it, they have to be good in groups of people. They have to be polite. They have to be people who people just enjoy being around in order to be successful. Otherwise, they're not making much money without turning tricks. So I'm sure he is a nice guy. He seems to be. Probably a pretty genuine guy. He comes across that way. The problem is that he's caught up in an industry, bodybuilding, in which the whole industry is corrupt, and it relies upon lies and bullshit and nonsense for anybody to make a living. So, he's come out with a new product, Savage Roar, and the thing is, there's nothing in that product that gives him his Savage Roar. The guy's on tons of androgens, tons of aggression-producing male hormones to be where he is. That's not speculation, that's just a fact. It's a requirement to be anywhere near, to be 3-4 levels down from where he even is in bodybuilding. But because the whole industry focuses on useless, worthless supplements, there we go, he has no choice but to get into this to make his living. He got kind of blackballed a little bit in bodybuilding. He had some problems for a number of reasons in competition, and so he can't make his living there as easy now. And so he's got to get into the whole supplement game. A lot of bodybuilders do that, but at the end of the day, it's such a niche community that no one other than a small number of hardcore workout fanatics or people with a muscle fetish even care about bodybuilding or can name a single current pro bodybuilder, whether it's natural, a whole nother word there, or untested. They can't name who they are. It's a niche community. Most people think it's a freak show, including the natural stuff. Most people don't think that looks good. So they've got a niche community, and the only way to make money is, of course, supplements, which runs and dominates the whole bodybuilding world and physique competition world. And it makes its living, everyone in that industry makes their living basically conning people and convincing them that worthless, useless, overpriced, and sometimes dangerous products actually are useful to these people who they put on the covers, they put on the ads, they put their name on it. When the truth is, it's all drugs and it's all genetics. The supplements don't even give them a 1% advantage, in my opinion. They're worth virtually nothing. These people do not owe their success to the 5 or 6 or 8 supplements they supposedly take, if they even take it. They account for less than 1%, if a single fraction of a percent of their progress. Meaning, if these people take all these protein powders, if most of them had just eaten chicken instead, they would have seen the exact same results. It's not going to be any difference. No meaningful difference here. And so they have to get into these products, though, and unfortunately, people who go into this business, it's the only way, unless you can run a successful YouTube channel or you can coach or train people successfully, there is no money in this industry outside of the supplement game. And so people have to get caught up in the supplement game to make a living once they get into this industry. And again, just the very unfortunate fact of it. And I think it kind of highlights the problem itself, that the supplement industry dominates this field. It's a niche thing, and everyone who becomes a fan ultimately gets caught up in the advertising of it, meaning you see people who go buy these products just because this person's name on it, because maybe they want to support them. But you know what, guys? You're buying a worthless product that's not doing anything for you. And the individual whose name is on it, the individual involved with it, is losing half or more, if not most of that money, to another company that's making the worthless product. If you really cared about that person, you wanted to show your support, rather than buy their garbage that's just lining the pockets of dishonest, unethical companies. And again, I'm very pro-capitalism, mind you guys. I'm just pro-ethical capitalism, which means consumer reports, independent reports, people telling you whether a product is good or not so that you can make an informed decision. That's proper capitalism. And companies that produce garbage, which the entire supplement industry does, don't sell products. They go out of business eventually when people become wise to it. That's how it's supposed to work. Well, rather than donate to these companies, if people really cared about an individual and they were real fans, just donate to them directly. You could actually give half the money you were going to throw away on these garbage supplements in donations to them. They would receive more money, you would keep more money, and then you wouldn't have a worthless product that at best is going to be a waste of money, and at worst could hurt you or even make you fail a drug test for your job or something else you compete in. If you're drug tested at work or you're drug tested in a sport you compete in, I recommend that you don't use any supplements. Be very, very leery of them. Because again, pre-workouts have been known to have amphetamines in them. You could get popped for meth at your job. The meth analog could show up in your urine test for your work, for your normal 9-to-5 job. People need to be aware of these things. So there's no reason to be taking these products or buying these products, even if someone's pushing it. If you care about that person, if you really loved Dorian Yates or you loved Kai Greene, donate half the money you were going to spend on supplements to them directly. They'll get more money than if you bought the garbage supplements, and you're not throwing your money away lining the pockets of these terrible companies. You know, that's really what you could do. So this idea of the marketing to get these people's name on stuff because you want to support them is absurd. You're lining the pockets of the company's marketing. Just donate to them directly. And then you don't get this garbage product that takes up space and could mess up your life in a lot of ways depending on what they put in it. So again, this is an example we see of the whole what's wrong with this industry. And this is easily avoidable if people just quit buying this garbage. Well, then again, I guess that wouldn't work either if you're a fan of bodybuilding. If you guys quit buying this garbage, there'd be no funding for the shows. Bodybuilding would go right back to being an underground thing that doesn't have a single expo, doesn't have a single event other than like carnival sideshows, which is how it was done forever. If you go watch Pumping Iron, you guys notice there's NPC shows just being done at local carnivals and fairs. That is how it was done until the supplement game came in and marketed this stuff. So I suppose it wouldn't really exist in the format that it does without people buying this garbage, but it would be more real. It could exist without people lining the pockets of unethical companies. I don't know, guys. I mean, do what you want to do, but it just seems to me that buying these products that aren't going to help you isn't the best way to support these people. If you really love what they do and support them, take half that money and donate it. Maybe they should start a GoFundMe. Maybe they have a donations page. Do that instead. It'd be a lot better for you and it'd be a lot better for these people involved, and it would cut these worthless, parasitic, scumbag middlemen out. Alright guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.